Hello everyone, just wanted to come in and do a quick, impromptu review of Y2K Nameless Psychosis. Now if you don't know what this is, it is essentially a demo for the upcoming Y2K 1.5 update. It's certainly been a while, but I can say with a good amount of confidence that it seems like this legendary, fabled, mythical update for Y2K is going to be coming out somewhat soon. And to prove that, we have a demo, which is essentially the new beginning of the game. And by that I mean it's a mixture of the original game's introductory sequence, although there is some new stuff before it and during it. What I want to say right off the bat is that you can download this right now on Steam and check it out for yourself. It's completely free, and because it is just the beginning of the game, if you play this, your save file can be used once the update is released, so you can get kind of a head start on the game that way. And I'm going to recommend that you do that, because my experience with this demo was pretty good. I didn't really know what to expect going into it. I mean, I've seen some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, what they've been testing, what they've been teasing, but I certainly haven't played any demo builds prior to this one, and it was a pretty interesting experience coming into it for the first time. Now, how is this different from what we already have? Well, the primary difference is that the battle system has been completely changed. It's still a turn-based RPG, but there's no more rhythm-based minigames. That is gone. The main thing it's been replaced with is the card mechanic. And when I say card mechanic, I don't mean that this is like Slay the Spire or Midnight Suns. You still make normal attacks and you have your special moves. Those aren't gone or anything. But cards are now an element of the game that is sort of added on top of that. You can have cards set onto a character, and those provide passive benefits while they are equipped. They also kind of shield you, preventing you from taking damage, and you can expend these cards to do something big instead. Now, we didn't really get to see the full extent of this system in the demo because there aren't really many cards available, and you don't have a lot in the way of party members, but this is a system that I can see getting pretty complicated in a good way as you get more and more cards and more party members. There might be some interesting builds that you could pull off. I think what makes it particularly interesting is how this ties into health management. If you don't have cards and you take hits, you start bleeding, which puts you in a pretty dangerous spot as you're going to keep losing health every turn unless you do something about it. I think this is interesting because it could stop you from spamming all of your powerful cards at the beginning of a fight, because suddenly your defense is not in a great spot. But it's a little hard to tell because this demo, we didn't really get to see a full extent of that, as I've said. So I think these cards are interesting, but I do appreciate that they don't overshadow everything else. And I do kind of enjoy the new initiative system, I suppose. Kind of feels more dynamic and interesting, seeing who goes when. You can map out your attacks and that sort of thing. But if one of the main goals of this system was to make the battles faster, they absolutely succeeded. They are faster, and they certainly don't feel simpler. So overall, I think that the battle system is in a really promising place where it could have a lot more depth down the road. Compared to the original game, where things kind of tapered off at around the middle, you stopped getting new special moves, and it was just pretty obvious what you were going to do in almost every single fight. So that's something that intrigues me a lot right off of the bat, because I was really not sure that replacing the battle system with a new one was the best idea for the game, but I think they were really onto something. Now, aside from that, the other main change that you're going to see in this demo, there is a new sequence at the beginning with a new character who you play as, but it showcases what I believe to really be kind of the most interesting aspect of this update, which are the redesigned cutscenes. I think Y2K got a lot of flack for having cutscenes that were not that interesting. A lot of text boxes, and that can feel draining if you're not totally invested. I really appreciate that many of these scenes have been changed to be, actual cutscenes, more dynamic, and they don't really get repetitive. There's a lot going on an artistic level in these cutscenes. They're creative, they're unique. I haven't really seen this style, and it really helps as far as building an aesthetic early in the game. I think Y2K has a good aesthetic, but some of the crazy surreal stuff, well, it takes a little while to get to that point. That's not the case here. where they're hitting you with that right out the gate. And I really liked seeing how that style not only informs things from the original game, but kind of evolves in a way. What we're seeing here, it's very interesting. I look forward to seeing other parts of the original game done with superior cutscenes. We got a taste of this in the 1.25 update. This is really something. So yeah, I really just wanted to basically endorse this demo. This is a great step in the right direction for the game, and I look forward to playing the full 1.5 update when it releases. And I think that if you have not checked out Y2K, you watched my other video and you haven't checked it out, this demo is a great place to start. So I would recommend everybody check that out. And yeah, just in case you're confused, I absolutely am committed to doing a video on this update when it releases. The scope of the video, it might be kind of big, but I don't expect it to be as long as the last one. It will still be a proper review. We'll be talking more about the game, some of the stuff that happened in between my last video and the game now. So I do look forward to coming back to this. I'm really excited about that. Playing this demo definitely helped renew my interest. Not to say that it was dwindling, but okay, really confirmed that we're seeing an evolution of Y2K. So yeah, I hope you'll join me when the video releases. Thanks for watching.